Good evening. Well, it's not as if I didn't warn them. I told them that the implementation of an EU common asylum policy, which basically said anyone that crossed the Mediterranean and set foot on EU soil could stay, I warned them it would be a disaster. Here I was in 2015.
I suspect that it's a shock, or will be a hell of a shock, to many European citizens, including the British, to understand that we've already agreed a common European asylum system. And what today is about, and today's resolution, is the direct implementation of it. The problem, ladies and gentlemen, is this. The definitions for who qualifies for asylum are so wide, they include not just people coming from war, not just people coming from failed states. Mr Juncker this morning seemed to suggest that perhaps it would even include people who were fleeing poverty. I'm sorry, we simply can't accept countless millions.
Well, I stand by every single word of that, and yet the millions started to come in 2015 and 16, and whilst it's gone a little bit quieter across the Mediterranean, this year the numbers that have come into Italy are double what they were last year. And look at what happened to Lampedusa over the weekend. Over 10,000 young men arrived across the Med in small boats, 200 small boats. This wasn't organised by some random trafficker. This was almost a military-scale operation. This was an invasion. Almost double the population of the island arrived over the course of the weekend. And some of those who thought maybe they wouldn't be accepted began to get pretty aggressive. Now, this has led to the Prime Minister of Italy, Giorgia Meloni, who was elected on a platform of Stop the Boats. She's been in Lampedusa with the unelected President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen. And Meloni is saying, please help. We want the European Union to share these people around, and we want a European Navy to try and stop the boats. As for the EU itself, those people, the very people I was criticising in that speech in 2015, all she can say is she wants to establish safe and legal routes for people to come into the European Union, none of which is going to stop the boats. And you can see in much of this debate some very, very similar patterns with what we have in this country, with Rishi Sunak saying, stop the boats. Unless the European Union or Italy itself send people straight back to Libya and Tunisia, many, many millions more will come. And I'm going to speculate this will destroy the European Union, destroy it politically, and I think in time, destroy it socially too. Sorry for that bleak prognosis. Do you agree with me? Please let me know. Farage@gbnews.com.